I cannot believe what's happened. Honestly, it's the worst case I've seen ever. I'm shocked. Hey everybody, it's Dr. Nicole Freels. I have a case here that's going to blow you out of the water. I cannot believe what's happened. Honestly, it's the worst case I've seen ever. I'm shocked to see, and I want you to share those pictures. We're going to share them with you because this young lady here, you can just relax here, but she had a pedicure 5 months ago, just about, and the steam was not regulated on the hot towels, was it? It was a tea bag. And so these were wrapped around your legs, and she developed a serious ulcer. She's got neuropathy, and as a diabetic, her foot just did not, was not able to feel kind of how hot it was, and it literally gave her a 3rd-degree burn, and she's been suffering with treating an ulcer with her mother-in-law for months and months and months. You're young, you have good blood flow, and it's just amazing what can happen if you don't, or not watching them do what they're supposed to. So buyer beware, this is your warning. Please do not end up like this. We're going to show you what it is today. Again, this is 5 months later. So left here with here's the ulcer. It was like this, and then you can go on the top leg. She developed from wearing an offloading boot, which is indicated, we definitely want to do that, developed an ulcer here. So started here, then it moves here, but it's still remaining here. How long did it take to heal this wound?
Probably about 4 or 5 weeks.
Okay.
Or longer.
It's a little over, about a month. So then she had to heal this. So she's been in wound care. Is it every week that you guys go to the
4 weeks.
every?
No, when we first started, we went weekly.
You went with it. Okay, yeah, just to really kind of monitor it. And honestly, you're going to be shocked when you see these pictures, because I was, but I'm so happy that you're here. We're going to take good care of you. Easy to kind of keep a close eye on it. And as a diabetic, you have first priority getting in here. All of our doctors, somebody can get you in same day if you have any emergency, something ever happens like this in the future. So we're going to take care of your feet from now on, make sure the calluses are all trimmed off and there's no kind of red flags. And if something kind of out of the ordinary, comes in, like what happened to your toes, and we'll talk about that in just a minute, then you can call me right away. Dr. Barco is a certified wound care specialist and also a diabetic specialist here. So we got a whole team of people to take care of you. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim. You can just relax here, but you keep wanting to help me out.
She does it.
We're probably so aware of it. Scoot over, Caitlin. Go that way. So we've already got our sleeves, some nippers here to get. There's some, almost like this, like you saw. It's not attached. It's like this dead little island of skin. Now, I am not going to be aggressive with this. I just want to remove what's already kind of hanging off so your sock doesn't catch it. I see you've been wrapping it. Is that part of, I'll scoot this in just a little bit.
It's for, it had been weeping, and it was from the swelling, so that was to keep, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
That was to take care of all the drainage. And we did see a decrease in drainage after wearing the wrap.
Are you still getting drainage? So you're using a product called Prisma, which is excellent for exudate or drainage of a wound. Are you getting drainage now?
Very little.
Okay. When do you see the wound care doctor again?
October the 1st.
October the 1st. So I'm going to write down a couple suggestions. Okay, so all that's nice and attached. Good. We're going to go ahead. There's a medication called Santal. Santal is what we call an enzymatic debrider. And what that means is, we talked about this fibrotic area of tissue. Once that, it's almost like a barrier. So when it kind of gets that yellow, hard appearance to it, we want it to look like a steak. So that fibrotic tissue impedes healing. It impedes it closing up. So what I want to do is prescribe Santal. That's going to do it for us. So instead of us mechanically and really getting at trimming it, the medication, you'll just put it on the interior. Okay, nothing on the exterior. All of this is going to slough off. And so it'll be just on this interior oval type area. Again, that's going to eat away at it. It's going to almost just give this nice healthy bed so the skin can close in, because it's not deep anymore. You're getting very little drainage. The Prisma, that's what it does. It absorbs drainage. It serves as, we call a matrix for the cells to migrate across, to fill it in. That part is done. You're right at the end. So let's get all the calluses trimmed, and then we will have that sent to you, and we'll go over in detail how to use it. But the most important part is to stay in the interior and avoid the exterior, because that skin's just gonna slough off. Okay? So let's get trimming here. If you can just relax your foot. So one of the things you were telling me about also was your right foot is now starting to have
It's where I'm
your
putting my
compensating.
weight, yeah,
Exactly.
compensating, yeah.
Let's take a peek over there real quick. So one of the things, you can see there's almost a red hue. We discussed a few minutes ago how tight your calves are. So we talked about range of motion. Let me show you on this foot first here. So when we talk about range of motion, if you want to go from the side, Caitlin. So this here, I should be able to push with the knee extended back 15 more degrees at least. Because I can't, and this just happens over time, your foot inverts just like this. So maybe go look down here. And so it's putting pressure here. So one of the things we have to do is definitely work on stretching. I'm gonna give you a card that has a link to our website that has bands that can help you. And also there's something called a stretching splint. I don't want anything to put pressure on the wound, so we'll be very careful. But this is already happening over here from compensation. And so you're getting kind of this inflammation over here and irritation. And the last thing we want is a pressure wound to develop again.
Yes.
Yes. You're like, yes, she's done. So we will work on those stretches. Typically about 20 minutes a day would be ideal. And then, like I said, we'll fit you the stretching splints. You're not walking around in those. You put them on when you're watching TV, just relaxing, reading. How much are you on your feet now?
Oh, I haven't been on my feet just when it's necessary
Okay.
for 6 months. But I am a preschool special needs teacher, so
Oh, wow.
yeah, when I go back to work, it'll be.
Sure. And you're not going back until it's fully
I was
healed.
hoping to get to go back at the 1st of October if I could.
after you see her.
Because I can just be working in the field 1 hour a day,
Uh-huh.
and I can be sitting at my desk
Gotcha.
in my office.
Get a Dremel on that.
I just have to be 3 days a week, 1 hour a day. So
Sure, I'm glad to see you trimming that. I've trimmed and get it.
Yeah, and what we'll do is have you come back in a month and we'll do some more trimming on these calluses. I've got to keep them trimmed down. Your feet overall are just dry, and I know they've been through a lot the past several months. Couple things. One, I'm going to call in a cream called Lachydrin. As has 12% of ammonium lactate in it. It's going to kind of help keep this.
Dr. Humphreys has given me some of
Oh,
that.
she has. Okay, then
I
let's.
just didn't use it.
What?
Well, she
Wait
gave
a
it to
second
me, and
here.
then all this stuff happened.
I'm gonna Dremel that. Let me grab the Dremel.
I
Yes.
was just gonna say,
Yeah.
when she got this, her whole foot ended up, the whole foot except for just a little bit of the heel, ended up blistering all the way up, all the way across, all the way up to her toes, all the way up to her ankle.
So after the pedicure, this all blistered.
Mhm.
I cannot wait to
You're
share those
have-
pictures.
you
I
can have
mean,
them, honey.
I thank you so much for doing that. I'm just gonna use a Dremel to gently braid this because I don't want, sometimes with the blade, to tickle.
I can't do it.
So inspecting your feet daily, simple, it's an important tip. If you have a hard time looking at the bottom of your feet, put a mirror in the floor.
Oh, I look at my feet all the time. Because when I first found out I didn't know that I had neuropathy. I had a thumbtack, a flat-headed thumbtack in my foot,
Did you hear that, guys? You had a thumbtack.
and I didn't know it.
How long was it in there?
Not, like during the day sometime. Yeah.
I,
Neuropathy.
You are not alone. There are so many people out there. I have some patients that have neuropathy all the way up to above their knees.
I have it in my hands also.
I had a patient just right before you. She has an open wound, and she got in her pool. Innocent enough, it's hot in Kentucky, and her Band-Aid fell off, and she ended up having a rock in the wound itself and was unaware of it because of her neuropathy and her diabetes. So paying attention to that. I'm actually going to hit this little plaque right here. on the wound in just a second. Now these aren't thick enough to trim, and I'm being very careful moving it around. If you have a dermal at home, please don't do this. I know what tissue should look like, and you can get a burn if you're not careful. Let's have you relax your foot.
Sorry, I held it up. For
Oh
so
no,
long,
you're
but
fine.
Then I
She
did.
does.
I
My
understand.
husband laughs because I sleep with a pillow under my legs, and he says I hold my feet up and sleep.
Well, you're subconsciously so aware of what's going on. And so I do want to point out you've got dried blood in the callus itself. And so essentially that's from pressure. So that's really important in terms of our stretching to get the pressure off of there. And definitely set you up with some diabetic shoes for when all this heals. And you are close. Dr. Humphreys, Dr. Wong, and who was your other doctor?
Dr. Patterson, the general surgeon.
Doctor, the combination of those guys have really done a great job. My job at this point is pretty easy. So they've done all the heavy lifting for me. Let me get this cleaned up a little bit. And then put some lotion on your feet. There is something I would like for you to do, if it's okay. I know you've got a lot already on your to-do list, but overall foot health, diabetics typically are prone to drying their feet out. So I'm going to show you in just a minute. It's called a heel. It has, does that take a while?
You're fine.
Okay, good. It has urea in it. So you can see all these areas that have built up and calloused. It's in a stick form, so either of you can use it. You do not have to rely on her to do it. It's very simple. And I'll show you in just a minute. Let me grab that. So the urea is kind of similar to the Santal. So we talked about that medicine to kind of eat away at the dead stuff. This is not as strong. And so it's safe when used correctly. So again, Mod Pod Heal, Urea Base, also an anti-fungal. We're just going to massage it here, and you can also put your sock on when you're done. And this is going to help eat away at all that dead stuff.
Is this prescription?
This is prescription strength. Me, designed my own foot care line after my grandfather. This used to be things that he used in his office.
Yes, I watched your video.
Oh, cool.
About how you used to sweep up toenails.
Oh, I still do. Rarely. The girls, if they see me with a broom, they come running and wondering what they did wrong. I'm just going to put a little bit on that plaque here. Careful attention. Stay away from wounds. I don't want you doing that. Plate here. So what I'm going to do now is wrap up your foot. Put a little, just some betadine. Betadine's a great antibacterial agent. But we need to add some hydration. You're just dry overall. Since you've got the
And I
lac,
put lotion on this morning.
yeah, it's already dry now. If the lac hydrin is not working for you, next visit let me know. I'm going to give you something called Hydrate, which is going to be even thicker. And after this is healed, you'll put it on, and you can wrap your feet in saran wrap and put your sock on and go to bed. When you take all that off in the morning, it's going to absorb into the skin and just be kind of a lot more supple and kind of normal texture. Just again, you're prone to it. It's not your fault, but you need to use what the doctors give you. So let's add a little betadine and then just wrap it up. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, if you've experienced this at home, please let me know. Just want to educate everybody. Be careful. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.